Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for watching today. Today we are back and we finally got to see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I was so excited for this movie, of course, as I am for every single Marvel movie, but this one in particular seems like it set up so many possibilities for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and of course going across the multiverse and the setup of things like the Illuminati and bringing in new characters. It was something that I was definitely super stoked about, and something I was really open to, seeing anything at it. I had no idea what was going to happen. And I am pleased to say that I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was definitely really good. Sung the entire time. Very well paced. There is a lot that goes into this movie. A lot of information thrown at you. So it's something that you might want to make sure you've seen Doctor Strange, Spider-Man No Way Home, WandaVision, maybe even Infinity War and Endgame to be able to understand what this character Doctor Strange is and the world and all the consequences that came from those different shows and movies. And even watching a show like Loki will give you a better understanding of what's going on with the multiverse. So today we are going to talk a little bit more about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, give you a little bit more of my thoughts with a movie review, but also of course going to be taking a look at some of the brand new Funko Pops that have released, unbox those, and give you a closer look at those figures. Now unfortunately not all of the Pops were actually able to make it to me on time before the movie came out, so I'm actually missing a good amount of the Pops. Actually all of the exclusives I am missing. All the Doctor Strange Pops. I don't have a single Doctor Strange Pop, and I'm going to be showing off Doctor Strange Funko Pops today. It's a little weird, but I still wanted to give you guys a look at the Pops I was able to pick up, and then of course we'll kind of show off on screen the other Pops that I don't already have that you can try to order or pick up for yourselves, and also just give you my thoughts about the movie in a non-spoiler sort of way. I don't want to spoil anything because the movie just came out last night. I'm going to try to avoid spoiling anything big about this movie or any surprises that might have, because I know for me, I don't want to be spoiled, so I'm not going to do that for you guys either. So let's go ahead and jump into taking a look at these Funko Pops. But before we do that, I'll just take this as an opportunity to remind you guys, if you have not already, go down below and hit that subscribe button, and also leave a like on the video. It helps us out a lot. You can also hit that bell to be notified whenever we have new videos. So like I said, I do not have any of the Doctor Strange Pops, which is a little bit frustrating for me because as someone who likes to try to collect a lot of the newer Pops, especially for the movies, it was really weird that a lot of these aren't coming in till June or possibly July. But I still got some of the Pops at least that I can really show off for you guys. First Pop that we're going to be taking a look at today, which is really the second most important character in this movie outside of Doctor Strange himself, was going to be Scarlet Witch, aka Wanda Maximoff. And Elizabeth Olsen as Scarlet Witch in this movie gives a great performance. You could really feel her pain, and it was something that she was going down the road to somewhere that she really should not have been going. And of course at the end of WandaVision you find out that she actually got a hold of the Darkhold, and she has been studying the Darkhold, and now in this movie you see where she's now actually being able to use what she learned in the Darkhold, and she goes a lot darker and a lot more brutal than I thought. And as you can tell from the trailers, she really is one of the main antagonists with this movie, and she really becomes one of the better MCU villains in my opinion, because you can tell what her motivations are coming from. In this movie, she wants to just go see her kids. She wants to be with her kids. That's clouding her judgment, and there's a little bit of nuance to the performance as well into the character, which is really nice. And she definitely wreaks havoc. You see in the trailer that there is the scene of her fighting at Camertage, and she is wrecking shop. She really does a lot of damage in this movie, which made it really cool being able to bring Scarlet Witch up to the next level. And she really is one of the most powerful beings in the entire MCU. Now I was very excited to get this Pop in because it shows the evolution of the character with their new updated costume, which is really cool. I really love the WandaVision costume, but this is definitely really cool as well in the Pop. And I really love kind of like that armored coat that she has on, that has kind of the cape looking thing coming down the back that looks great. But she is using her power, so in both of her hands she has the chaos magic that she's using, that red beam there. That would be great if they made that be more of a glow in the dark, but this of course is a common. And then she has the Scarlet Witch crown on, and her hair which is a little bit more of that kind of lighter orange red in this movie. But the figure itself does really look nice. Now, a new character that we were introduced to in this movie for the first time ever, and I really loved seeing her in the movie, it was America Chavez, who has a really interesting power set in this movie and in the comics as well. And we actually got to see her right off the bat. They jumped right into the movie of her being a part of the adventure and setting the stakes of what is happening and how important she is to the story, for both Wanda's story and also Doctor Strange's story, and really the entire multiverse as well. And she really did come off as an endearing character, someone that had an emotional kind of backstory as well, and a very powerful character who's still trying to figure out how to use her powers. There was a lot of layers to America's story, but I really did like it in this movie. It seemed to just work within the narrative of the film, and the character herself was really good. The pop itself is nothing too crazy. It's really just her, you know, in her normal outfit. She's wearing kind of Converse-like shoes, and she has her jacket with the star on the back. Of course, that's what America Chavez is known for, because her powers is actually that she can punch star portals that will open up into different dimensions or different universes. So again, the pop is nothing too crazy, but I did really enjoy the character, so it's one that I wanted to grab. And in this movie, we also got to see the return of a fan favorite character, a character that I really love seeing in these movies. We have Wong. Of course, we learned in Spider-Man No Way Home that he is the Sorcerer Supreme, and Wong brings that same charm and charisma into this movie as well. He has so much knowledge of magic while also still being badass and know how to use that magic in fights. He has a few very funny moments in this movie as well, which I really did enjoy, and he was a very big part of that. I would think that he was maybe a smaller part, that he would take a backseat, but he definitely had a much larger role in this movie than we saw in the first Doctor Strange movie. And we've kind of seen that progression going from Doctor Strange to Infinity War, Endgame, and now here. That taking a look at this pop, he does have an updated outfit as well, so I guess this is more of his Sorcerer Supreme outfit, and he's starting to use his magic where he's kind of creating shields with his hands as well. And it's actually cool that they are attached to it, and you actually, with his left hand, he's actually putting his pinky finger and his pointer finger out to kind of create the devil horns, as I guess you can say, and he's actually holding it on with that, and the other one is a fist. And although it is nothing crazy as a pop, again, it's still cool that he's using his magic. And a character that we saw in the first Doctor Strange movie that now we get to see again pop up in this second movie. It's not the same version of him actually, but it is Master Mordo. So of course we saw Mordo played by Chiwetel Ejiofor, who is absolutely amazing as an actor. I love him. But we saw him in the first movie where he really grew to hate Doctor Strange and swore at the end that to bring no more sorcerers. But now he pops up in this movie as another sort of version of himself. And that's really all I'm going to say about that, because the rest of it really leads into some really important plot points for this movie. I actually really do love the update and the different look for Master Mordo on this. He really does look awesome with that green outfit. Really does look great with kind of the gold accents on it and that green cape, and his dreads look really awesome as well. And he's reaching out his hand, looks like he's going to perform some magic there a little bit right before he casts a spell. So great being able to see him pop up again, although it wasn't quite the same sort of character. And the final pop we picked up from this line is for a character that I honestly not sure why they made a pop for them, but this is Sarah. And this is actually one of the sorcerers over at Camertage while they're in a battle during one of the sequences. And she does have a pretty significant part of the movie where she does help push the story forward in a way. I'm not going to try to spoil what happens with that. But she really was in only 2 or 3 scenes the entire time. You saw her in the background of one scene, then you saw her have a line in another scene, and that's really it. So I'm not sure why they quite made a pop for someone who had such a small role, but it's a little weird that they went with this one where there are so many different characters that they could have went with to make pops of. So this one is definitely my least favorite out of the bunch, but I wanted to grab as many as I can for the set. And this pop is really just kind of regular, right? Nothing too crazy about it. The outfit's a little bit different than you'll see from Wong and some of the other sorcerers that you have in the movie, but you really just have her standing there. I thought if they were going to use this character, maybe at least have her using her magic a little bit, something like that, but it's a really plain character. So again, I'm not really sure why they did this one, because I don't think it's going to be very popular. So there's a look at the 5 Funko Pops that we were able to pick up from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but there were a lot more that we still have not been able to get. So if we actually look on the back of the box here, you'll be able to see some of the other characters. So of course you have Doctor Strange right there on the top, and that Doctor Strange actually does come with a chase, and I'll throw a photo of them up here. The chase looks sick, that all blue with the eyes all over, that looks great. I would love to get that chase if I can. There's also going to be Rintrah here, and that is actually another one of the sorcerers at Camertage, and he doesn't have a large part in the movie either, so again, a little perplexing why they decided to go with that character for this. And then they also had Supreme Strange as well, and Supreme Strange is another variant of Doctor Strange from the other universe that they go to visit. And then there are some exclusives. They have the metallic Doctor Strange, of him casting the spell, very similar to the comic, just now metallic, going to GameStop. There's also another variant of Doctor Strange called Defender Strange that's going to be exclusive over to Walmart. I've still not been able to find that at all. There's the Funko Shop exclusive Christine Palmer, which is actually pretty cool. It was great seeing her in this movie as well, because she actually does have a pretty decent sized role. And then I believe the one other pop that they put out was the specialty series Doctor Strange of him floating, which really does look cool as well. I hope to be able to pick that one up, but I haven't seen it anywhere, not even at my local comic book shop quite yet. So hopefully I can pick up the rest of those soon, and if I can, I'll try to show them off to you. But I know there's also a Marvel Collector Corps box coming along for Doctor Strange the Multiverse of Madness. Have no idea when that is coming, but hopefully we can get that soon and see what those pops are. But I've seen posts and rumors online that suggest we can see up to 25 different pops for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. That would be absolutely insane, and I think a good amount of them we could see for Comic-Cons coming down the line, with San Diego Comic-Con and also New York Comic-Con coming later this year. We might see some of those exclusives, especially some of those characters they were trying to keep secret in the movie. So I'm definitely excited to see what else could come next. As I said in the beginning, I really did enjoy this movie. I definitely say go out and watch it if you can, on the biggest screen you can. If you can see it in IMAX, definitely go see it in IMAX. This movie looks beautiful there. I do want to see it in IMAX 3D as well, because this movie does look like it would look really awesome in 3D, especially as they're going through the different multiverses, and some of the fights would look really sick in 3D. But there was so much packed into this movie, but it really did flow well together. So I was really concerned that it was going to be overpacked, overstuffed, and it wasn't going to work, but it did. And Sam Raimi comes back to Marvel and pulls this off, and I was so happy to see him come back. And this sets up so many different paths going forward of different stories they can tell, different comics that they could adapt, or just different ways they can develop these characters. I'm so excited what we can see next. But I do want to hear from you guys. First off, what do you think about the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness Funko Pops? Both the ones that we were able to show off today, along with the other ones that we do not yet have in our collection here. Which ones have you been able to pick up so far? And also, have you seen Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness in theaters? What do you think about the movie? Try to be a little bit less spoilery in the comments on this one. I might do another video where I talk about more spoiler stuff after I see it again, but I would like to hear from you guys what you thought about it in the comments down below. And of course, if you guys can, also make sure to leave a like in this video and hit that subscribe button if you enjoy this content, and you can hit that bell so that way you can be notified whenever we have new videos. But thank you guys so much for watching today, and as always, we'll see you again real soon.